Most video editors spend hours per day outreaching, and they never take the time to fix the big, obvious problems, stopping them from getting clients. And they keep wondering, why does outreach work for everyone else but me? And to be completely honest with you, the title of this video is kinda clickbaity. You should outreach as a video editor, but you have to do this first. Otherwise, nobody will respond to your outreach, and the ones that do are low-paying clients, and they will never be able to charge them high prices. Right now, from all of the editors that I coach, I noticed that most of them get tunnel visioned in big measuring competitions. They never look at the big picture, and you might say like, nah bro, like I look at the big picture, I know what you're talking about, but truthfully, most likely you are not. Most likely you're also in big measuring competition because you compare yourself to other editors. And what I mean by that is, for example, doing full 3D blender scenes in YouTube videos. That basically will never be actually like worth the time. But editors started doing that because they look at other editors and they're like, oh, that guy makes 2D animations, therefore I want to one-up him, I'm gonna use Blender. And they cannot even be considered video editors no more, they're 3D designers now. And I can tell you from experience, 3D designers will not make as much money as video editors do. And they also pay website designers hundreds of dollars and have a website that looks clean and has lots of animations and it looks cute, it looks pretty, but it doesn't actually convert. And they're wondering like, I spent $1,000 for a website, why don't I get conversions? Because again, they get stuck in a big measuring competition. If you open any big company's website, it's never pretty. If you open Google Chrome website or Facebook or ChatGPT, all of these companies have millions to spend on a website, but they know their customer, they know who they're targeting. So they don't try to make it pretty, they try to make it optimal, effective, and make it so that it converts so they can make more money. So when editors get stuck in this tunnel vision, big measuring competitions, they forget that the YouTuber doesn't care or doesn't even know all of this shit. They just see your email or DM when you audition to them, check your Twitter or portfolio, and they don't care how fancy or cute your website looks like. They don't care if you copied it from someone else. You could copy the same exact design from another editor, and they literally do not know because they haven't seen the other editor. They don't care if you did 3D or not. They don't care about all of this shit. They don't care about what software you're using. You could be using CapCut for all they know. The only thing that they see and want is video editing good enough that they believe it will get views on their videos. Social proof enough that they believe that you will deliver on time and you actually know how to make videos because you worked with these other YouTubers, you have made these other videos that got millions of views, and now they trust you enough to finish the videos that they have gave you. And if you don't have these two things, and you will be surprised how many editors don't even check their portfolio or their Twitter, they don't even know what it looks like, and they wonder why their outreach is not working. Like, can you imagine that your portfolio is the first thing that the YouTuber sees, and you're outreaching to hundreds of YouTubers? And lots of times on the editors that I coach, they send me their portfolio and they have a typo. They have made a mistake in typing. They have a typo in their headline. The first sentence the YouTuber reads has a typo. That's because they get tunnel visioned on the stuff that are not important. As a video editor, you don't need to be the fanciest of them all. You don't need to be the best editor in the entire world, because the YouTubers you're gonna work with, who are gonna be thousands of dollars, are not as autistic about editing as you are. They have not seen the other editors you're worried about. They have just gotten a DM on Twitter, they have seen your edit, click on your portfolio, and if you have done it right, which I'm gonna cover later on the video, they will go like, oh, this guy could make me more views. Let me try him out. Let me try one video and see how it goes. You just need a funnel and portfolio and Twitter that are good enough to convert one big creator, and now you'll make it thousands of dollars per month. If you want to make the magical number like I did, make $10,000 per month, then you probably need like 2 or 3 creators to be converted max. From the hundreds of outreach you do, you just need a funnel good enough that 2 or 3 YouTubers convert. So the only thing that's more important than the amount of YouTubers you outreach to is how good you convert in them. Which is why for the editors that I work with one-to-one, before I run automated outreach for them, because they're usually busy and their time is better spent improving their edits, I just run automatically 500 DMs from their account to YouTubers. But before I do that, before I actually start running it, I have to take their portfolio, look at all of their work, look at all of their testimonials, look at their brand colors and shit like that, and remake the portfolio for them. Because again, this is the first thing that the YouTuber sees. And there's no point for 500 YouTubers daily to see your portfolio. Of most of them will not convert. So the first thing that I do with them is that I tell them to spend 1 week on a certain clients. We go ahead and go through their clients. We pick which one is the highest social proof or like portfolio worthy. So it has like the most subscribers, gets the most amount of views, allows them to do the coolest editing, or is the most popular YouTuber of them all. And I tell him to spend 1 to 2 weeks on it to make a good first impression post, something to put at the start of the portfolio and at the start of his Twitter. And then that time, I also remake their portfolio and put the new videos that they have made in it. And then 1 week after, I run the automated outreach. After remaking their entire portfolio to show the best work first and show the most amount of social proof, I then start doing outreach. But most editors skip that entire part or just go straight out to outreach and forget the 500 DMs a day. How are you expecting to charge thousands per video if you're DMing 50 people instead of of 500 and your portfolio is not optimized and does not convert, how do you expect to even compete? As a video editor, I want you to forget about all other editors. I want you to forget about the competition, all of the measuring competitions you're trying to enter. You just need to build a funnel good enough to convert one big creator from thousands you're going to outreach to. Which is why, like all of the big guys, Andrew Tate, Alex Ramosi, all of the like big role models you look up to, most of them say that the best way to start business and entrepreneurship is freelancing, because it's the most guaranteed way. You don't need to have a monopoly over a market. You don't need to be the best ever. You just need to be good enough for one YouTuber to hire you. When you go like, oh, how am I going to compete with Lav? He has so much more experience, so much more social proof. Or when you go like, outreach to a client and see that 5 other editors you know have followed him, you forget an important part, that these editors follow hundreds of YouTubers, but they're only able to work with 1 or 2 of them. All of the other YouTubers are free market. Like even the YouTubers in my portfolio, the ones that I show, most of them I stopped working with. I do not have enough time to work with all of them. So you don't need to win the measuring competitions to make money. You don't need the best software, the coolest website, the most complex editing. You just need a good enough funnel to convert one client. And now we have made thousands of dollars per month, and you also learn so much about sales, hard work, video editing, which is super important because it's like content creation. So you learn about YouTube. You have capital to start any new business, and all of these things are gonna help you super long term. That's why freelancing is the best business to start your entrepreneurship. Before you outreach next time, I want you to act like you've never seen your portfolio or Twitter before. Act like you're a YouTuber. Look through it and notice all of the small mistakes and stupid ones. Notice that you have a PFP that makes you, first of all, look like a teenager, which is okay if you're a teenager. I made $10,000 per month when I'm 15 years old. But it also makes you look like you're in a third world country. Again, it's okay, but you don't want to show that. That's not the image you want to convey. And makes you look unserious. Then I want you to change that PFP. And I want you to go through your portfolio and actually think through every part of it. I want you to see the stupid typos you have. I want you to see the YouTubers that you show that have less than 1,000 subscribers, but you're showing them for some reason. I want you to see the videos that got no views that you show. Kids videos that literally has no editing, but you have it there for some reason. I want you to actually start looking at all of these things instead of being tunnel vision about if you should use Blender for 3D or not. Because I can tell you I have talked with lots of editors. Most of them just use Blender and do 3D just to look cooler than their friends. They do it for ego. It doesn't actually help them in any way. It just makes the videos take longer, makes them look like less of a video editor, and hurt the conversion rate. Outreach does indeed work, but you need to build the funnel behind it to actually convert the clients. But the good news is that if you do, the conversion rates and the amounts you're able to charge become absurd. The idea of me making $10,000 per month at 15 years old, and helping Critic do it at 16, Hale do it at 15, and Edo do it at 18 is honestly unheard of. That's like 1 in 100,000 being able to make 10K per month worldwide in profit, because most people you hear about like making $10,000 per month, they're talking about revenue. You have like a drop shipping store and they make $10,000 in revenue, they actually profit 3,000 from it. So making that in profit at such a young age is honestly unheard of. And even if you're older, if all of these kids are able to do it, then probably can you. It's the easiest, most guaranteed way in my opinion to make $10,000 per month. And especially with new techniques like outreaching to 500 YouTubers per day, the conversion rate and the amount of clients you can land becomes absurd. If you want me to remake your entire portfolio, making sure that it actually converts clients, and then run automated outreach with it to the point that it's impossible, it doesn't convert, 500 DMs a day makes it impossible that they don't land your biggest client in that time. Which is also for everyone that works with me one-to-one, I have a guarantee, is that if you don't land your highest paying client, I continue working with you until you do. Because I know it works. It's the most guaranteed way right now. It doesn't require any luck. Your outreach will always be delivered, and if you have a good portfolio, you will always find one YouTuber that needs an editor. YouTubers always drop their editors and they start looking for new ones, they expand their team, the editors quit editing, so there's always constantly recurring demand. If you want me to remake your portfolio, run automated outreach for you, and also have one-to-one access to me so we can go on calls as many times as needed to fix your entire funnel, basically make it impossible that you don't succeed, go book a call from the link in the description. By the time of recording this video, there's only 14 spots left for the one-to-one. I cannot work with everyone, so after these 14 spots, this offer will be gone. So go click that link in the description so we can see if it's a good fit or not. Good luck.